The system isn't broken, it is working the way it's intended to. The system isn't broken, it is working the way that it is designed. Okay, so in this video today, we're going to dive into this because it's a lot. People always talk about how the world never changes, history repeats. People look at their governments and they say, there's so many issues. Why aren't they being fixed? The rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer. There's a growing divide. Oh man, the system is broken. We need to fix the system, right? The system isn't broken, it is working the way it's intended to. There's nuance to that. Have you ever heard people say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? From the perspective of those who are making these decisions, who are in power, in control, the system ain't broke. The system, for the people that it is designed for, is not broken. But here's the thing, this isn't just about governments and the elites and these power structures. It is far deeper. It is just as much psychological, spiritual, mental, whatever you want to say. And if you want to see it that way, you need to recalibrate your perspective. And that's what this video is about. So let's talk about these power structures. Like I said, people talk about how the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. There's a growing divide. That is by design. That is not a flaw in the system. That is the system. The system isn't broken. It is working in accordance to its design. Governments are not failing to fix issues. They are maintaining power structures that serve them. It is an algorithm, self-correcting to protect itself. This is why history repeats. You can look at how the US government treated native populations, the lies that they did, the backstabbing, the things that they would do to control, manipulate, psychological warfare. Now you look at modern times and you see these things happening to their own citizens and we act confused. Baby, the system hasn't changed. The system is working the way that it's working. The victims or the targets might present as different, but it is the same. This is why I always talk about the importance of reading the histories of the indigenous populations, because it's going to be very enlightening. It's quite the mirror to look into. So why aren't they fixing it? Because it's not broken. Like, can we evolve past the frustration, this left and right politics freaking out at one another? You're the reason why the system is broken. They're the reason why the system is broken. The system's not broken. It's not broken. It's never been broken. I'm sorry, it doesn't serve you. It was never intended to. But here's where the nuance comes in. The system isn't broken. It is working as it's intended to. Everything you see going on is working as it's intended to, and it's for your growth and for your expansion. All right. Here's the recalibration. Here's the new perspective. The system is a mirror into human psychology. It is a mirror into your psyche. It is a mirror into exactly where we are at in our consciousness evolution and where we need to grow to embrace expansion. It is so easy to externalize these problems, to blame other things. The media, the media is always distorting the truth to push their own agenda. We do that on a personal level. Can you honestly tell me that your perception doesn't project a reality with your imagination where you curate facts to fit specific narratives? He who is without sin, let them cast the first stone. As without, so within. It is a reflection. Let's look at the things that we hate within the system. Exploitation, control, deception. Where do you do that in your individual life? And if you say that you don't, the likelihood of that being true could be true. It could be. But it's far more likely that you won't let yourself look because you choose to be asleep. This is why people talk about the key to waking up is awareness. It's looking at these hard truths. It's radical honesty with yourself. We manipulate narratives. We hoard resources. We exploit emotional energy from others because we need it. We control in subtle ways. This system is not something that is imposed on us. This system is revealing the true nature of who we are at this moment in time. The two biggest parasites, the two biggest demons, the two biggest psychological sucks, the things that pull you out of awareness and throw you into illusion, throw you into being asleep and projecting a reality that is anything other than the truth, is the judge and the victim. These are the two things we have to overcome if you want to embrace the path to expansion. The judge believes they're righteous. They're constantly pointing out corruption, everything externally. How dare they do this? How dare they do this? This is bad. This is evil. By doing so, you cement yourself in a state of externalization. There's nothing going on here. It's all outside of you. You create separation. Separation is illusion. But beyond that, to constantly be judging the external, you are actively manifesting that so that you can judge it. The victim, on the other hand, believes they're powerless. Everything is happening to me. I don't have control over this. The system is broken. It's forcing this on me. That belief alone keeps you small. Nothing can take your power. Nothing can take your magic, but you give it away. You give it away so you can be the victim. You create this jail cell, and it keeps you in a loop of unrealization of your power and potential. This is why the system thrives off of keeping you asleep. This is why there's so much programming that is pushed to your subconscious that pull you away from awareness, because you actively give away your power without even realizing it. Your power can never be taken. You have to give it away in every circumstance. Full stop. Done. So let's talk about how the system isn't broken and it's working the way that it is intended as an initiation. If the system is working the way that it's designed for, and I'm talking this entire system as a consciousness system, then what is the design? You can look at nature, right? Friction is needed for growth. Friction is needed for expansion. Let me give you an analogy. You have a baby chick inside of an egg. That eggshell provides protection so that the chicken can develop within that egg. There's growth, there's nutrients that come in. You get everything that you need for that growth, for that expansion, until the point that it's time to leave the egg. That's not a nice experience. There is a lot of friction. There's being cramped up in that space. There is this internal just energy buildup of I need to expand. Look at childbirth, contractions prior to the birth. That's not nice. Like it is friction, it is pressure. You have to break through the shell. You have to struggle against the shell. That tension, that friction, that barrier is the catalyst that commands growth, that provides that growth. So imagine the world is an incubator that is designed for growth. But what is it that initiates people into seeing past the illusion, into awakening, into stepping into their power? Suffering, contractions, friction. These are generally the catalysts for the current point where the human psyche is at. So if everything is designed for our growth, what are we manifesting into the physical realm? Suffering, contraction, friction. If things were perfect, would you ever question the system? No. Discomfort is the signal that tells you it is time to expand. It is time to expand into more. So let's talk about embracing paradox and true freedom. And this is where the entire script gets flipped, because it's not what you think. Escaping is not what you've been told. When you escape the prison or this idea, this trap of I need to become something, you escape that and realize I am. And you enter a state of being. Paradoxically, you expand. Becoming is I need to force this expansion. Being is I am the expansion. The paradox, you expand as soon as you stop trying. I need to search for truth. I need to find the keys. Escape that prison, go to I have the key. The key is within me. I am the key. Paradoxically, by ending your search for it, you find everything and it is revealed to you. You remember. Everything becomes clear. I need to put effort. I need to prove myself to a higher power. I need to work for this. I need to put in this much meditation. The reason why I don't have this is because I'm not doing this enough. I'm not meditating enough. I'm not doing enough breath work. I haven't found the right technique. I haven't found the right mentor, the right shaman, whatever. When you escape the illusion of effort, improving yourself, paradoxically, you realize the power has always been within me. I am it. Everything I have, I need. If I don't have it, I don't need it. If I will need it, it will be given to me. If I won't need it, it's never going to come. The law of abundance is not, oh, I can manifest money into reality. Now I'm going to manifest $100 million so I can sit in a bank account. The law of abundance is realizing that you can detach from money because you have everything you need to cover what you need right now. That's it. And when you realize that like you're given everything you need, why would you take more? That is old system. That is broken system. That is why it manifests in this reality. People want to use these spiritual concepts to just recreate what's already being manifested in reality. I want to manifest abundance. I want to manifest $1 billion. It's like, how is that any different than these billionaires who are constantly searching for more? It's not. It's not. Energetically, it's the same. You've been conditioned to think, I need to work harder. I need to fight harder. I need to prove myself. But that is the illusion. It's not, why is this not coming to me? It's not, why can't good things happen to me? The question is, where am I stopping myself? What are the barriers that I am putting up? It is about getting out of your own way. So, what are these barriers? Where do you shortchange? Where do you cut yourself off at the knees? Where do you stop yourself from this expansion? How do you overcome them? Well, you overcome it by realizing it comes from you. And if it comes from you, it is a projection. A projection is your creation. You are in charge of your creation. It doesn't exist. It only exists if you give it life. It only exists if you give it energy. Stop giving it energy. It doesn't exist. Barriers go away, they dissipate. This is why it's called illusion. This is why it's called shadow. This is why darkness leaves as soon as you light a candle. Darkness is not this evil entity that you have been sold, it is just illusion. It is absence of light. You create darkness by not shining light. That's it. So, no, the system isn't broken. It is working exactly the way that it's designed. We, at our current standing, need to look into that mirror. We need to stop using the spiritual bypass of everything happens for a reason and flip, recalibrate to there is a reason to everything happening. We need to embrace that awareness. We need to look at ourselves in our soul without judgment, without victimization, and take a true accounting of, hey, as above, so below, as without, so within. How is this reflective of where I'm at? It's not a sense of good or bad. It is literally just testing the water to see, okay, where are we at? Where are we stopping our own expansion? Expansion is not about changing systems. It's not about changing the game. It is about expanding beyond it, becoming aware of it to where it cannot contain you anymore. This is where detachment comes in. This is where you can detach from everything that is happening and see it as it is. You can pierce the illusion and see it as it is. And the reason why you see it as it is because it is not something that is outside of you. It is within you. It is you. All separation is illusion. Anything you see as far as separation goes is something that you refuse to integrate within yourself. This is something that Yeshwani, who is an incredible teacher, if you don't know her, you gotta go check her out. She talks about this all the time. I love you. I genuinely love you. Embrace the expansion. I know that you feel it inside. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop looking for external validation from others saying, like, is this actually going on? You know truth. You know what is happening. Fearlessly look at yourself. look into the mirror. Solving the external, a revolution in the external will not happen without solving the internal and a revolution within the internal. The judge and the victim are the two biggest parasites that pull you into illusion. Ask yourself, where do I victimize myself? Where do I judge the external? It highlights where you need to go, where the expansion opportunities are. I love you.